All right, students, it's time to start the cell analogy project. So we're going to go through kind of the different things you're going to need to do. The first thing you should do is figure out if you would like to work by yourself or with a partner. Where it says sign up here, you can click and then you can go ahead and add your group members or if you're working by yourself, and then what you're going to select for your analogy topic if you click on that document. Once you've decided who you're going to work with, you can decide what you're going to compare your cell to. Remember, you need to compare your cell to a non-living system that is complex. We have a list down here of just some things people have done in the past. You are not limited to this list. You can do many different things, but you cannot do the same thing as another group. So you're going to each need to select a unique analogy for your cell. When you're ready to start working on your project, you're going to make a copy of this document here, and that's going to allow you to plan your project. You need to make a copy because you cannot type on the one that is shared with you. You should share that with all of your group members and Ms. Holman and Ms. Heigl. You only need one copy of this document per group, and it looks like this. So you're going to write down what you're comparing a cell to, and then you're going to write down what the cell part does. So the cell wall, for example, provides protection and support to plant cells. You're going to compare that to your analogous part. So for example, if I was comparing my cell to Kennedy High School, I might say that the brick wall at Kennedy High School is similar to the cell wall because they do a similar job. They both provide protection and support to the cell or to the school building. And then you'll do that for each of the cell parts and find an analogous part from your comparison to write about. Once you have all of your analogies figured out, you are going to make a copy of this slideshow to make your final project. Each person in your group is responsible for slides, so you're going to write your name on each slide for who is responsible. And the slideshow template looks like this. So you'll write down your group members, and you can write down what you're comparing your cell to. And then for each cell part, you're going to put a picture of the cell organelle here. You're going to put a description of the job that your cell organelle does here, a picture of your analogous part here, and what your cell analogous part does here. And then you're going to write the person responsible down in the lower right-hand corner. So if you have like several people who are working on your project, you should divide it up evenly. If there's 2 people, you should each do 6 slides. If there's 3 people, you should each do 4 slides, things like that. When you're finished with your project, you can turn it in. If you're curious what some of the cell organelles do, we have a series of slides here. As you can see, when you page through those, you can see what each of the cell parts does, right? So there's many cell parts. They each have a different job. You can look up the jobs on those slides. This is a summative project, so you should make sure you get this done in a timely fashion. It will be due next week on Friday, and you can turn it in anytime before that. Next week, you'll be meeting with Ms. Heigl and I to help you make sure you're on the right track. If you have questions, let us know in a sync meet or via email.